IK babies, it's Miss Doster from Princeton University, and today we're going to complete another story problem. Today's story problem is about Mason and Enasia. I'm going to read it 3 times. How many times? Yes, 3 times. So listen carefully. For the first read, remember you don't pick up your pencil, you're just listening for the action if there is one. Mason has 14 tiles. Enasia has 8 tiles. How many more tiles does Mason have than Enasia? I'm going to read it one more time. This time you can mark up your problem. Mason has 14 tiles. Enasia has 8 tiles. How many more tiles does Mason have than Enasia? Now, for the third read, you're going to be listening to write your number sentence to match your story problem. Mason has 14 tiles. Enasia has 8 tiles. How many more tiles does Mason have than Enasia? So when you marked up your problem, you should have circled 14 and circled 8 because there are numbers. You should have underlined the word tiles because that's our unit. Now, how many more isn't necessarily our action, but it gives us a clue on how to solve this problem. We want to know how many more tiles or how much more greater is Mason's amount than Enasia's amount. So now, the number sentence. Your number sentence to match this story problem should have been 14, which represents the 14 tiles that Mason has, minus 8, which represents the 8 tiles that Enasia has, and it's going to equal 6 eventually, which you'll see with our strategies here. Now, families, at this time, you can pause the video and have your babies retell the story to you. Once you start the video again, now you can ask them these comprehension questions. Who has the greater amount, or which is the greater amount? And who has the lesser amount, or which is the lesser amount? Now let's look at our strategies. So for the first strategy, this is our simplest strategy, and some of our babies still use this, but a lot of our babies don't, but I wanted to highlight it just in case. It's drawing 14 tiles. So as you can see, I have 14 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then crossing out 8. The 8 that Enasia had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then counting what's left, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. Then you can also use the counting back strategy where you just write the number 14, put your minus sign, and then count back. You have to make sure that you make your 8 tiles or 8 circles to represent the 8 tiles that Enasia had first. On top, when you count back, 14 comes before 13, 13 comes before 12, 12 comes before 11, 11 becomes before 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. We still get the same answer. Now, another set of strategies, which you'll see below, is the compare and contrast strategy, where we actually match up what's the same between both of their numbers for Mason and Enasia. So you'll see I have 14 tiles here to represent the 14 that Mason had, and then 8 tiles here to represent the 8 that Enasia had. And now I'm going to see what's the same and what's different. So let's look at what's the same. 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3. You'll see a line being drawn between each number that matches to help us line it up. 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6, 7 and 7, 8 and 8. This is all that they have that's the same, and then these are what's left. This is how much more Mason has than Enasia. So we can count those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 more tiles in Mason's pile than there is in Enasia's pile. Now, another strategy to match this compare and contrast strategy, because the numbers will get larger, so you don't necessarily want your child to continue to use this strategy, especially when they get to first grade. So we want to show you another way where you can just start with 8, which is the lesser amount, the amount that Enasia had. And then you can count on until you get to Mason's amount to see how many more tiles you need to get to Mason's amount. So now you have 8, again, to represent Enasia's amount. And then you count on until you get to 14, again, to see how many more you need to match Mason's amount. After 8 is 9. After 9 is 10. After 10 is 11. After 11 is 12. After 12 is 13. And finally, after 13 is 14. And now you can count your circles to represent your tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A number sentence to match both of these strategies would be 8, because we started with 8 and we also had 8 that matched, plus the 6 more that you needed to match Mason's total amount, plus the 6 more that you needed to match Mason's total amount again, equals 14. So again, that's 8 plus 6 equals 14. And you can even start to have your babies write a sentence to match those strategies or to match their answer. And it would be Mason has 6 more tiles than Enasia. Thank you.